Welcome back to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Today's episode, powered by Perfect Sports Nutrition, is all about how to beat a volume pressure fighter. In today's episode, we're talking about how to beat a volume pressure fighter. And because recently, one of my friends, Sean Strickland, just beat Uriah Hall, we saw that pressure style, the volume, the in-your-face punching work really well. Now, some of the original guys who used to do that very well have to be the Diaz brothers. So even for me, from an early part of my career, I've been a fan of the Diaz brothers. And as a fan of theirs, it sounds funny, but I wanted to fight them just to see how good that style was. I still want to be able to test myself to see how a good low kick, a pressure system, all does against that mentality. Because we've seen good strikers like Uriah Hall really have trouble with this pressure. Now, this video is going to give you tips and tricks to beat that style, right? With someone constantly in your face, they're pressuring you, they don't back up. It's a very annoying, frustrating, and it's an exhausting style actually for the person taking the punches. So when you're playing this style, right, and I'm in your face, the reason the Diaz brothers have all of this good conditioning is they're not sitting behind all of their punches, right? And they're coming forward. Now, even if Matt goes to counter, you know, they're good at blocking, hand fighting, controlling, using their hands, and then keeping punches in the face. So even Matt now wanting to counter, right? As Matt goes to counter, I'm punching him in the face still. So it's a very exhausting. Now, I got the opportunity at the UFC Performance Institute to spar with Strickland, and I was tired. I just finished training with my UFC guy at the time, Chad Lepre, and it was extra exhausting to deal with that pressure. So I realized that you need a full energy tank or different strategies at that point to be able to deal with that pressure, okay? So let's talk about how you can deal with it. Now, the first thing is the understanding, and again, this is fighting. So in every video, I have to reference the idea of distance and range control. Now, if someone is constantly pressuring in your face, so if I'm here and I'm attacking Matt's in your face, right? The idea is you can't just stay in mid-range. That's where I want you to be. So I want you just at the end of my punches here to keep them in your face, right? There's not a lot of power, but they're always touching you. So the range and distance is number one. What's Matt going to do? He's either got to jam the distance and try to clinch me, okay, try to level change. So what he's going to do is he's going to fight my hands as I'm punching to control, see? He didn't just walk in as I'm punching him, okay? Look, he pulls my hand down, he creates a nice inside clinch, and now I can't punch because he's got control of my hands. Now, a good tip for Matt would be to even use feinting, right? So if I'm here and I anticipate Matt feinting, and he goes to feint, I might, for a moment, have to block my head, and then Matt enters by controlling my hands, and now he's here, okay? And a lot of these pressure guys have good elbows, but if you want to win a fight, you're going to have to fight these guys. Crash the distance or move, okay? So now move, okay, is point two. You can't move backwards, okay? I want you, with this style, to have your back against the cage, right? So from here, already, Matt's creating angles with his footwork. Those who know Bazooka curriculum, right? First thing I'm going to tell you to do is use your triangle step, okay? If I'm trying to come forward, at least here now, I'm moving. And you even see Matt feinting directions. Now I don't guess, so I have to freeze a little bit because I don't know where he's going. So using angles, movement is all very important. Now the triangle step allows you to move from the outside, which is nice because you have the range. But even on the inside here, even if Matt's punching here, because of these punches going in your face, Matt has to almost get his head off line and trying to punch on angles, see? Now I don't know. He's got to expose different angles. Even on the inside here, even if he does angled shuffle steps around, he's creating angles around. Make me turn constantly, okay? So I can't punch. If I'm chasing and trying to find you, it's harder for me to punch, okay? Now, the third thing we're going to talk about is power counters, right? I mentioned that the Diaz brothers, the Strickland, and it was funny because Strickland even made a point. He scored the most strikes landed in a middleweight fight. okay? But to him, he goes, that just shows I don't hit hard. So that actually upset him, and that's one of the things that if you're fighting someone like that, you hope to have power, because it's going to be very difficult to, one, match their pace, and because they're always throwing, they don't give you an opportunity to hit. So if you're not a volume fighter yourself, or you don't want to get into a scrap, it's going to be a very tough night for you, and you better hope you got power. So if I'm in here, okay, Matt might not try to throw 20 punches back, but the one punch Matt throws is going to have to land and give power to keep me off of him, right? I need to be scared of something to stay back. So this is where the big power punches come. So if I'm here touching, boom, he comes on top. That's my ideal, okay? So the two, I would say, the best shots to throw the big. One, I wouldn't be upset hitting the body because the punches are all up here. Okay, it's leaving the little bit of the body open because they're constantly throwing out their straight punches. Now, if you're good, they're probably, with volume, they're going to throw a lot of the jabs. So I would recommend punching over them. Boom, overhand rights. Or if you see this hand, slip off to the liver, right? So those are some of the better shots you want to do. If you're going to do it, stay defensive, wait, boom, and then drop a power combo, okay? Another word for this would be called interruption. You're interrupting their combination, their flow. You have to also, my favorite way of calling it is a combo breaker. You're going to break their combination, okay, with one big power shot. Now, you can do it in two different ways, okay? Now, the combo breaker can happen mid-combination. So say I'm throwing a jab, cross, hook, right? If I throw the jab, as I throw a cross, Matt might slip his head and hit me at the same time. Boom. Okay, that's my combo breaker, okay? That's mid-combination. Or what he can do is wait till the end of my combo, so that after the hook, and then counter the hook. Boom, boom, here, and then he counters off of this hook right away, okay? Breaking the combination. Now, that could be difficult because these guys always throw. Usually what's going to happen with a volume fighter, I go 1, 2, 3, Matt counters, boom, and guess what? I'm punching right back. So you have to really rely on that big shot, okay, with power to make me not want to follow back. That's where volume comes from. Countering the counter, staying ahead, scoring more, okay? Breaking those combinations. Now, number 4, what I like to do, sometimes your eyes and your hands are all caught up. So one of the safest ways is to drive those knees right down the middle, okay? If I got to lunge into it, scissor knee, jump knee going forward, I'm going to bring some big power from the knees. So if I'm here with Matt here, I'm punching, what he's going to do is just cover his head and then just lunge in. Boom, yeah. See, ideally he holds my hands, he's in here, he can smack elbows. But say Matt's throwing punches on me, right? I might even be moving and then all of a sudden, boom, right? That's it. Or even if I try to low kick, I might scissor, boom, and I go right in here. Now I crash that distance, I broke his momentum, and I'm able to tie him up. 1, to maybe give myself a little break, right? Or 2, to do damage to make him to stop coming. You might need a break. You can't always move back in a fight and think to win. You have to slow them down by either tying them up, MMA, try to do the level change, try to foot sweep, tie them up, okay? So there's different options there for that, okay? But ultimately, okay, it's going to be very difficult. Now, always referencing the Stricklands and the Diaz in this video, now you would say, in theory, okay, this was my thinking many, many years ago when I wanted to fight the Diaz brothers, it was my low kicks will shut down those punches, right? That's my mentality where I know in my head, in my belief that my low kicks will be able to stop them. But the more you study this style, and what we saw with Strickland, that pressure in your face. If Matt's trying to kick me, right, and I'm staying here, Matt goes to kick, and I just keep punching him and moving him backwards, it's not safe for him. He's going to get caught. I got a 4-ounce glove. It's very dangerous because you open up a little bit. So my last and final point, if you want a kick fight, which I hope you do, okay, is understanding what a push-off attack is. I just mentioned, right? Safety. I can use the lunge-in knee, tying up their hands, use the clinch. But now from this position here, okay, one, stop them from punching is what I want, but now I want to create an attack off the exit. So what I like to do is push off, boom, I attack the leg, and then I could move again, right? It's safe. or I keep following up the distance. So Matt's throwing those volume punches on me. I'm able to tie them up here, okay? I'm safe. I stop the punches for a bit. I can push off and then maybe come in again and keep tying them up. But the idea of the push off, okay, closing the distance and attacking on the exit is okay. Why is it good? Is because I need to stop them from coming forward. They're always pushing me back. It gets to a point where I can't go backwards anymore. So Matt keeps pushing me backwards. I can't go anymore. So my thing is I need to protect the punches in here. Now, by pushing him back, right, stops him from punching, and it lets me to either use my movement again, create the angles, and to at least look favorable instead of always pushing myself back. If they're going to push me against the cage or the ropes, I'm in trouble. Now I've lost my ability to move backwards. I have to go lateral, and I have to defend all of those punches. So, quick review, right? You need to understand what they are trying to do, okay? They're trying to press you. They're trying to volume, okay? Push you backwards. You don't want that, okay? What you need to do is if you have the power, not everyone is gifted with power, so this one is up in the air. If you don't have the power, one, you're gonna have to break their combo somehow, right? Slip, rip, attack after, close distance, create angles. But those higher level fighters, guys, that push-off attack, one, allows you to enter safely and lets you to attack, right? We can't just sit here and hope, they're gonna stop attacking, because this type of fighter tends to have great conditioning, okay? So a lot to think about, easier said than done, okay, for a lot of us who don't have that power, but these are the main types of strategies you're thinking against these volume fighters. And just like all of my other videos that I reference how to beat these types of guys and strategies, it's all out of love and respect. As I mentioned, Strickland's my friend, and even though I want to fight the Diaz, it just means I'm a fan of them, just as I want to fight Wonder Boy, just as I would like to fight all of the other legends of the sport. This is what martial arts is based on. Love and respect. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you practice, keep liking, subscribing, sharing, and make sure you support the channel sponsors. This video was brought to you by Perfect Sports Nutrition. Bazooka 20% off of your supplements, Hayabusa Fight, all linked in the description below. And we have Bazooka Shop for Bazooka merchandise, our tank tops, t-shirts, and we have bazookatraining.com. So anywhere around the world, you can train with me, okay? All you need is a computer, bazookatraining.com, $9.99 US per month, okay? So very cheap, okay? Super cheap, and you get 4 new videos a week. 4, right? On YouTube right now, I'm posting 2. Where here you get 4 a week. You get a home workout, a bag workout, a tutorial, as well as sparring drills, okay? And they're made with good progression, good curriculum, so you're not just jumping around learning random stuff. It's prioritized, it's put in order for you to learn in the most efficient and effective way, and that's with Bazooka curriculum. All right, hope you enjoyed today's episode, and we'll see you next time. Welcome to Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA online training. I'm Bazooka Joe Valtellini, the owner here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA. Over the past year, I've designed and created a website to teach Bazooka curriculum at home and across the world. The purpose of this website is for you to, 1, hit your fitness and health goals, all while learning world-class martial arts instruction from me. The beautiful thing about this website, it's geared for all levels. So if you're learning martial arts for the first time as a beginner, we help you progress into the bigger stages. And if you're a pro fighter, guess what? We have different fight concepts for you to improve your tool set and your skills in the ring or cage. As the fastest rising kickboxing world champion and a lifelong martial artist with over 30 years of experience, I've been able to combine my passion for martial arts and teaching to create this website. This website's going to give you some of the tricks, secrets, and inside look at some of the training I use to win my world title. Once you subscribe to this site, you're going to be getting weekly training videos and tutorials that you can do from anywhere. The sections are broken up into 3 parts. The first is bag workout. So if you have a bag at home or at your gym, you can use these workouts to supplement your training. The second is at-home workouts. A lot of us don't have the room for a bag or a bag in general, so these workouts are for no equipment needed and you can do them anywhere. And finally, the tutorial section. If you're having any problems with a specific technique or fight concept that's covered in any of the workouts, go to the tutorial section, learn the technique, and then go back to the workout, and this time, do it with proper technique. One of the added benefits once you subscribe is the forums section, where you can get a more personalized experience where you can ask questions and I'll be able to go in there and answer them. It's all about building a team and a community of martial artists helping each other grow. So subscribe now to get access to all the videos plus more so you can be part of the squad here at Bazooka Kickboxing and MMA.